Another Saturday short stream. Y'all, back with another Saturday short stream. Didn't think I'd be doing one that last week. Didn't plan on it, but just felt it was needed. At least today. Got off of work a little bit earlier, so had a bit more time. Fortunately, to get going. So we're here. We're doing our thing. We're hanging out. Not doing too much. No really updates on anything. Um, just vibing, just chilling. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Little spoilers for later. Don't mind the stuff back there. Did my tools and things and my duster. Making sure everything's clean, but we're back. Nice. Doing streams as much as I can. I still will try to get the short done. The two I have left. Because I just filmed the one for a previous one where we looked at Chameleon. Oh, Chameleon. And Kane. Grab him. And Kane. So be sure to check out that stream if y'all haven't seen it yet. Pretty chill. Pretty much there. Except for the very end where I had it in the, of course, end it very last minute because, phone was dying. Streaming for 3 hours, but I thank y'all who tuned in and hung out. So, yeah, but we'll just go ahead, get right into it because finally, gonna be opening up this guy, the Marvel Legends Secret Wars Daredevil figure. Been on the list for a moment. Actually, originally had him, and I think explained this on my pickup, when I got him, but planned on getting him a little bit earlier before, but was, I planned on getting him through Big Bad Toy Store. I put in a pre-order, but also on that same order, I had the pre-order for the High Toys GOK Godzilla, and and so it took a little bit longer for them to get here. I mean, it wasn't going to be fulfilled until that GMK one came in. So I canceled that one. And actually, I spotted him at Walmart at first. Picked up the rest of the figures that I wanted specifically. Where was Falcon, Constrictor, and Magic were the three other ones I really wanted. Spider-Man, the alien costume, and Observer Man just didn't really do anything for me, at least for right now, too. So picked up this guy at my local comic shop, Rocket Comics. Shout out to Rocket Comics. Badass dudes there, so was lucky enough to get my hands on this guy. So based on what I've seen of everyone else's reviews and takes on this is essentially like the best Daredevil. I think this is basically an all-new sculpt here, so very cool, but we'll go over real quick with the whole thing. Got your Marvel logo at the top there. Marvel Legends Series Secret Wars Daredevil. Warning, don't eat the food. Well, don't eat the toy. Eat the food instead. Well, if it won't give you explosive diarrhea, I guess, nowadays days, but we'll see. But nothing very much. Got for 35. I know a bit much, but the long Hasbro paper, we'll see there in a moment. On the back, your Secret Wars, your Marvel superheroes. Logo there, Daredevil. Have a nice little art there of him throwing his baton at some big old machine. I don't even know what that is. But blind lawyer Matt Murdock uses his radar sense and enhanced hearing as Daredevil to thwart Dr. Doom's plans to black out New York City. And that's cool. I guess that's what kind of the device he's throwing at or whatever. And of course, as we saw, the rest of the wave got Falcon, now got Daredevil, got Constrictor, and Marvel's Magic, don't have Spider-Man, the alien costume, or Absorbing Man. Kind of just waiting until they do like a more deluxe one for Absorbing Man, even though the bath parts do work, so that's cool. But, the alien costume Spider-Man, like, it's a neat concept, but for now, just doesn't really, in my mind, doesn't really have a justification for being on here. Is that? Are there like two little shine parts? Oh wait, no, that's the reflector of me. Oh, but thank y'all, whoever left a like. Thank you. And then you have your shield attachment things, and then all your things, warnings, and your barcode. So if you need it, scan it real quick. We'll go ahead, get this guy open, get him going, using our little kit here, my Mr. Hobby, Mr. Basic toolkit, tool set, which I keep my trusty X-Acto blade in there. And for me, at least, like I like to just cut it out here from the bottom and then just pull it out. I know there's probably, I think there is like a better way technically of doing it, so where it's less. But it's like I'm kind of like, I've been doing it this way for so long, pretty comfortable with doing it on camera. Not the greatest, but I make it work however I can. My phone is still not on do not disturb. Hold on. Who's bothering? That. There we go. All right, so this side is cut up there. I want to come from this side over here. Want to make sure not cutting too far low, because you want to make sure you can actually do something. There we go. I do like these packagings. Done very well. And of course this Hasbro paper basically getting in the way. Bruh. Move, paper, move. Basically I have to cut through this just to get to it. There we go. Looky there. There's our Hasbro paper to the ether. Hold on, it came back for more. Go away, you garbage. Waste of environmental resources. Alright. But there's our little Secret Wars thing. Of course, same thing as we've done with the Spider-Man retro cards as we've done before. Did the same thing, so keep the cards, but I cut out these plastic bits. There we go. I think that's it for any of our stuff. And have been looking forward to finally getting a Daredevil, a new Daredevil from Marvel Legends. Their new kind of revamped articulation and styling and anything. And also, if anyone who's tuning in, feel free to chat it up if you want to see anything or have any questions or anything like that. Feel free to drop them down below or want to chat about anything going down. I appreciate the support, y'all. But yeah, there he is in all his plastic glory of all his stuff. So we'll go over his accessories. First thing we'll grab out is his lenticular shield. Here's where you have Matt Murdock on there, and then goes to Daredevil there with the costume. So Matt, Daredevil, Matt, Daredevil, Matt, Daredevil. So pretty cool. Pretty nice design. All that has the little shield clip thing that they always do, and you can, of course, open it up to you want to switch it out or change it or anything. There's nothing on the back. Before, they used to, I think, include a actual, like a Secret Wars, like a little thing there that used to, I think, come with the original toys as well, but now they just have just the one piece, but it makes sense. It works fine enough. It's a cool little gimmick thing. So I don't mind it at least too much. It's neat. And then one of the main other accessories he comes with, of course, is his radar sense effect. All clear, see-through, bunch of circles going through, but has a peg. I assume to go to the back of the body, but very nice. Actually, kind of bigger than I would think it would be, but nice little effect. All clear. Kind of also expect like a red kind of color to it, but to each their own, and whatever Hasbro does based on their reference is what they'll do. So, not too shabby. There we go. How about we do it like this? We'll put stuff at the front. If this will stay. The next, we'll get out his hands. Of course, comes packed. Has a alternate kind of splayed out opening, kind of throwing hand. Here, the seams, I think, is its own thing there. But nice texture and detail. Getting all the gloves and the seam lines there on each fingers. Pretty cool. And then you have your alternate fist here. Oh, there it went. Oh, there we go. So there he is. And there's the fist. Still has some seam lines right there on the finger, but very nice. And then, of course, got his trusty batons. To one, or I just call them batons, I guess. I guess that's accurate. Or like billy clubs. I guess you could call them too in some cases. This guy. There we go. There it is. It's Plastic Glory 2 has the black kind of like handle for it, but then has the silver tops of it. Same thing. And of course with this one, you can see there in the middle where it's connected. So you can take one end out. You can see it's another full-on extra piece they added here to connect the two. So you can just have them be the same size and length, which is very, very nice little add-on thing to make sure that they're, I guess, as accurate as possible, closest to the thing. So I don't mind that too much, though I probably won't have them with the two connected, but you know, it's nice that they thought about that they wanted to add that little piece there to connect the two. But we'll get Daredevil himself out, one leg at a time. There we go. There's our plastic to the ether. And there. Oh god, I don't want to lose that. But there he is. We'll just pile it up on there. But there he is in all his plastic glory. Come on. Lined up here. Bring him down to earth. And look at him. Look at that Daredevil. Pretty clean. I would say, I was trying to get as clean as of as that paint job as I could. With him, I could tell there was a little bit of bleeding on that nose part, but it always takes a minute. Oh, excuse me, to get it all perfectly on there, but you know, as close as I've gotten, it's still pretty clean. And then the eyes are like all red out, and then has a little black kind of like shadowing at the top, but very particular horns, very not super pointy, but very nice. But that all red detail there has the blacked out logo there. Very nice. Has the pinless shoulders, has some little suit texture detail with the black lines there. Of course, this is based off the original Secret Wars Daredevil toy. When it comes to a whole detailing and coloring with the suit and everything. So then have the black belt with the silver that we've seen for a while, and then have a separate also little holder for the batons that is just in there, doesn't articulate or move or anything, but has a little band around there, so that's very nice. That's sculpted on there, and then has more costume detailing all throughout. It has the abs showing off there, even on the back, all that. Bro's ripped. He's ripped to shit, and then even have some texture there for the costume on the knee parts, and then the boots have that black lining continuing that connects there to the arms, but the line that goes down and around, and then even down to the shoe there, down the front. Nothing very much on the back, very basic detailing, but very, very cool. Cool looking. I feel like my shoulder is a little bit stuck out. Get them going a bit. Don't want to mar the plastic as much as I want. I'm trying to be a little careful, but go over articulation. Can look up about that far. Has a disc with a ball at the top of there. Can look down about that far. Can a little bit of a tilt rotation there. Very nice shoulder, as we saw. This one's a little more stiffer, but can go up about that far. Can come back down pretty well. Full rotation there. Have your butterfly joint go forward, comes backwards. Very, very, very cool. Has your bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. Very nice. And then it's packed in with two holding hands, and they are up and down joints there. So you got down, you got up, and you got rotation. So very cool, very nice. Then at the torso, get them all straightened out. Bit he does have a upper diaphragm ball joint there, so can fully come around here, can come forward about that much, can come back that much, a little bit of a crunch, and tilt side to side. Very nice. And then you have basically kind of like a waist, kind of an ab crunch there at the bottom, which gets you kind of all the way right there. It does kind of bend at the belt a bit, a bit, so that is a bit scary there, and that is glued in as well, so that's not moving, but get all the way back there, which is pretty good, pretty sweet. And then with the legs, kick forward about that far, kick back about that far, go out. Not too shabby. Doesn't have a drop down, but has a upper thigh cut. Can't go all the way around over there, but you can't go all the way around without the holder on the other side. Double jointed pinless knees as well. Can almost make it all the way, but has a little too much beefiness going on here. And at the boot, you swivel up top there. You have, and then your foot hinges back, hinges forward, and has your ankle rocker. Feels pretty solid. Thank you, Hasbro, for making a solid one more recently. But yeah, I love the proportions on this guy. I love the look of this guy. He does have a bit of, he doesn't have a big old splotch of black paint on his hand. Hopefully that's going to be easy to either wash off or just pick off. Guess I'll have to wash that off a little bit later, but of course can't have Daredevil without showing off his batons there, so we'll put him in his hands real quick. There he is. Oh, with him. Kind of a basic pose, of very nice. Let's see if I can get him a little bit more dynamic. And I am always worried about these thighs now, making sure I'm not going to mar my plastic or damage it too much. Because I can kind of feel it might be a little bit of a workaround, but even still see. Even just something like that. Pretty simple, but where it's like a crazy dynamic run or something. Very, very cool. Very, very nice. Pretty sick. And even get plastic's not being so too much, thankfully. I just gotta be careful. We'll connect them. Well, do we want to? Here, I'll have him with his radar sense, because he does have a hole on the back of the body. And the radar does have a peg hole there, so that goes right in. I get him just looking forward. But there you go. That's pretty good there with that radar sense. There's a bit of plastic overhang there. He's like, huh? I sense something. And then you can even put his batons here, pack them away, and now they're actually even for the first time. It would be nice to have somewhere to put your little piece here if you don't want them displayed with it. I do think, like, maybe can I put this piece in here? I don't know if that can work. If that'll be too much. Because then those are still going to stick out, so. Yeah, so unfortunately not. Maybe it might be small enough to fit in there, but no. So, gonna have to kind of see when it comes to this, but I'll at least change the hands for now. Of course, has just one fist and one open hand. Kind of wish, that they should be giving us complete pairs of hands if they're going to be including them. Honestly, in my mind, rather prefer fists, I guess. But there he is. If you want him a little bit more casual. But has the sense there. Kind of looks a bit better. Kind of like looking on, like, who? He's like, I sense something. Using his radar sense. So that's pretty nice, though. That's pretty good. But I do want to try. Okay, so first we'll do some comparisons. Do I want to have him at least with his batons in hand? I guess I can do that. I'll switch the hands back over. And thankfully with the batons, like, they're pretty secure in there, so they're not just gonna fall out. That's very nice. anyway, so.
You mean?
Hold on. Hold on. I shall be right back, y'all. I need to actually get quick. But admire our Daredevil for the moment. I shall return it in a minute. Alright, I have returned. Very cool. Very nice. But I guess we can go ahead, get with my comparisons. We'll move everything I don't really need here out of the way for now. So first things first, I just dropped that little black piece. Look, there we go. Here, I'm going to put this in its little pocket for safekeeping because I do not want to risk losing that right now, even if he falls. So first comparison with him, we'll do with my we'll do with my main Daredevil for now. Kind of see between these two, see which one I like more. But we have the CT Toys Daredevil. You can see very different kind of styles. Of course, this is based off of the Mafex one. Kind of has darker color tones, has, I think, a bit more towards more classic colors, of course, with the red Daredevil logo and then brighter eyes and then different belt kind of design, but has the same baton kind of Billy Club thing going on here, but his are white and just straight up sticks instead of being two actual pieces of metal or whatever or something. Just more simplified, kind of when it comes to the CT toys, a little bit more skinnier, still muscular, but man, this Marvel Legends is doing something for me. It's doing it. I don't know. I'll be thinking about it. And and even still, like, even after this Daredevil, I'm kind of expecting another kind of Daredevil, a more classic Daredevil to be coming out at some point. So definitely have that to look forward to. So yeah, but right now, I think the Marvel Legends is winning. I like my bulkier Daredevil. I do like this CT Toys one, but just next to it, it just looks so skinny. It looks so damn skinny, but still a great figure. This is still probably the best best that CT Toys has ever done when it comes figure wise. So still recommend it if you prefer this kind of look, but still pretty good. The next, we'll get them with my other main display, Daredevil. I don't even know where my other piece is, but this is my Mezco Daredevil that has the retro card Matt Murdock head on there, and it has a RTX Project Daredevil kind of Billy Club kit that has the wires on there. And honestly, it might be time to finally retire this Daredevil because only main two Daredevils I have on my shelf will, like for now, is the one for Spider-Man, for my Spider-Man shelf, and then also the CT toys for my street level heroes, kind of Marvel Knights, if you will, I guess. But I do want to try out this, changing up the heads, because of course this doesn't really work too well. See how well that actually fits on there. Oh, actually, surprisingly, like perfectly well. So, yeah, so if you want this guy on there, I think I even have, hold on. Let me see if I have my Daredevil setup kit just out and about. If it's a bit more, I'm able to grab it up easier. Is it there? It might be kind of buried. That's that. Surprised if I don't have him. X-Force, that's you, that's Blade. Where's my Daredevil? Do I have it out? I don't think I have it out. I did want to give him the my extra little accessory. Has the mask piece off there, but if I don't have it, I will. I'll look through for a second. If I can't find it, then we'll move on. Where's my bag? There he is. Does he have a mask? He doesn't. Where's that little mask piece? Bruh. Well, guess I'll be searching. Because the RTX kit it did come with an actual mask accessory that you could actually put around the neck. It might be somewhere else. Okay. But I'll look at it another time. We're not gonna dig through everything just to find that one little piece. But in any case, this is a great little, switcheroo. Definitely like that a lot. So we'll see what we'll be doing at some point. So yeah, get this head off of here. Very, very nice. Definitely like the radar sense. I probably will keep that on him. It really just gives him a little bit more gusto. What's going on here? And then next for comparisons, we'll get do another Daredevil in a minute if I can get this one thing working. There we go. But for Daredevil, for my last one, and one we desperately need an update on, because it actually is one of my favorite Daredevil costumes, is his first appearance look from the comics, with your browns and your yellows and your little bit of red, just a tiny bit. But this is, of course, the Walmart exclusive one from the on the Bucky cap body, the old one back in the day. But this worked for the time, but I can't wait. Hopefully, if they do this suit on that body, please, Hasbro, please. And then next, of course, can't have your Daredevil without your Punisher. So this is my main display Punisher for the time being. This is, I believe, the retro card version, the one with the white background, kind of like the more later kind of toys, but gave him a trench coat and then gave him the Walgreens head, and then also just an extra, I think that's a classified gun. But yeah, he was in the latest Daredevil shot I did recently, the Daredevil and Punisher shot. But damn, these two look so good together. They look so good. I need to get the new one at some point, but kind of waiting for them to do a full-on classic one, because that's my bread and butter. Then I'll get the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier. Kind of as bulky, but still looks super clean there. Super nice. Super good. Then bring in Elektra, at least her. Oh, because that's your pair, and we definitely need a new red suit Elektra. I know they did that 3-pack where she was in the white suit, but of course I didn't pick up that 3-pack because I didn't really care for the bullseye too much. Like, it looked good, but I'm just like, it doesn't do anything for me. And then Elektra in white, I'm not familiar with, so I was like, it looks great too, but that's probably the best figure of that 3. But also that Daredevil was pretty decent, but I definitely like this new one. Well, goddamn, y'all, give us a new Elektra. Y'all got the parts, you just gotta recolor it. Make it look great. And then for at least one Secret Wars, we got Falcon here with his, with red wings, so they have very unique accessories, very cool little effect pieces, if you will. And then our last comparison, of course, can't have Daredevil without Kingpin. Looking very sweet there. Looking very, very cool. We're kind of a perfect pairing right here. Of course, I think so with the Kingpin, he's a little bit older when it comes to the, when it comes to the head paint, and then also the texturing and detailing, but damn, they look so good together. A perfect little pair there. So yeah, very cool. So we'll get him. Get him in the background. We'll get my Daredevil up front and center. Get Spidey back here. I'll get Punisher back here if he can stand, literally stand to be here. Little old. These legs are giving out on me. Then we'll get Elektra in here, but still, gotta reiterate, definitely with Elektra, gotta get a new version at some point, but pretty good. Pretty cool. So yeah, I think we will call this good here. Thank you all for joining me. Hope you all have appreciated the live streams. So next week, hopefully going to be doing a video. Hopefully going to have a video ready for Friday, next Friday, since there will be no live stream either Friday or Saturday next week, just because I shall be out of town. But yeah, be sure, as always, like the video, comment what you want to see here on the channel, and of all things, if you're going to do nothing, at least subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Want to get to 400, possibly even 500 before the end of the year. 400 would be great. I think we're at like 343, 344 or something like that. So appreciate the support on those. And also be sure to check out the shorts. Just uploaded 3 new ones just the other day. Still catching up with the ones I'm getting done. Still have 2 more to do now. Got the one for the Masters of the Universe Chronicles figures, where it's Trapjaw and Man at Arms. Also got that Scareglow live stream, so be sure to check that out if you want. And then and then I'll be uploading the Kane and Chameleon 360. Hopefully by today, I'll be uploading those 2 shorts. Hopefully by today, but in any case. Be sure to check out the Instagram as well. So thank y'all very much for the support. I shall see y'all in the next couple weeks, because I won't be live next week, but maybe so. I don't know what's gonna happen, but thank y'all for support. Thank you to the one person who liked the video. Do I got any top fans? Hey, Gabe's in here. Appreciate it, Gabe. Couple other people, so appreciate the support, y'all. So thank y'all. So be cool, do you, be good, have fun, and I shall see y'all the next time. Oh, don't want that. Goodbye.